So all that's left for them to take now is your freedom. Or wait, did they already take that away and you just don't know it yet? So it seems like no matter which way you turn, they are trying to tear you down and wipe you out in what feels like multiple and calculated movings of their pieces on the chessboard as they work towards slowly picking us off one piece at a time and forcing us into submission with not only checkmate and capturing your king, but also after having taken away all that your family has worked so hard to earn and hold on to until now in the process. The most recent instance of this governing control and imposed takeover will resonate for some who had to inject foreign substances into their bodies in order to travel, visit family, or even go to work and maintain employment, requiring proof, wearing masks, and staying current and up to date on all re up boosters. And to the best of my knowledge, Pfizer stands to profit billions of dollars from the whole smoke show. And now we see it happening again as the government seeks to take away cash next. So, comment down below and tell me what you all think, because I'm beginning to wonder if it's even possible for us to feel safe anymore. Now, a couple is accusing JP Morgan for drilling open their safe deposit boxes and selling $10 million of their jewelry. David Rosenberg warning, brace yourself, the Fed is signaling that a three-quarter recession will start in 2 weeks, while U.S. Senator Ted Cruz proposes CBDC ban and amid growing Republican pushback. Coinbase announces very bad news, and all this while the wealth gap is widening. I mean, it almost feels like we just can't catch a break, right? Or maybe this is the part of the video where someone will say, well, Kevin, when will you bring us any good news? Well, I just so happen to have some great news to share with you because I received an email this morning that I wanted to share with you all, and it is from the stock and crypto investing brokerage app Robinhood, and it reads, start earning passive income on uninvested cash, and it's FDIC insured up to $1.5 million, asterisk, put your uninvested cash to work earning 4.4% APY with Robinhood Gold. It's free for your first 30 days, then it's just $5 a month. Start earning. Your money is FDIC insured up to $1.5 million at partner banks, including HSBC, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, US Bank, and Bank of Baroda. No account minimum required. You can also always access your money to invest, spend, or withdraw. Now, kind of funny that they chose to mention FDIC insured up to 1.5 million. But how is that even possible? But also we know that they know that that is going to be of the utmost importance and concern for investors now, based on the recent bank collapse, bank failure, bank liquidity crisis, and possible future banking crises on the horizon. But it lists partner banks, much like Chime Financial Services, which I've covered in a previous video, that Chime is not actually a bank. Instead, actually acts as a middleman, relying on other banks. Very important here, folks. Robinhood is not a bank. And you can always access your money to invest, spend, or withdraw. Oh, really? Is that right?
What's up, Graham? It's Guys here.
Because I'd be willing to bet that this guy here would say otherwise. Let's hear what Graham Stephan has to say about why he canceled Robinhood.
So how would you like to double your money by this time tomorrow? Well, if that's the case, ignore Warren Buffett. It's not bothered me that they route order flow. Pretty much every single brokerage does it, and it was never an issue. I also was not affected by them temporarily shutting down meme stock investing during the GameStop saga. And for the most part, I've just had money sitting on that account for quite some time that I've just let grow. But since then, a few things have happened. On April 15th, I got a notice that my account had been restricted and that I would be unable to withdraw money from the platform. You know, I thought, fine, it doesn't really matter to me much anyway. I wasn't planning on moving money around, so I'll just get that sorted and leave it be. But then immediately after, I also got hit with a deposit restriction, which means I can't deposit any more money on the platform, which again, I thought, okay, fine, it's not that big of a deal. I have plenty of other brokerages out there. It'll be fine. But once I got that notice, I went ahead and uploaded my driver's license, my passport, and my social security card so that way they'd be able to verify my identity. But 2 weeks went by and nothing happened, so I emailed their support team to follow up, and they responded by saying, saying, "Due to the nature of your claim, we are escalating your case to our fraud investigations team. If necessary, a representative from Robinhood will contact you by phone." So then after that, another 2 weeks goes by and I hear nothing. So I follow up with them again and I get another reply. "Just following up on your case and letting you know that the information you provided is still being investigated. Our team will follow up with you soon." Now, another week goes by and I send a follow-up email and I get back, "The time to complete our investigation varies for each account and situation, but we will keep you updated along the way. It has now been 2 months, there's still been no progress made, my account is still locked, and I have no access to my money." I even gave them the benefit of the doubt by sending them an email last night before even making this video, just to see if maybe something could get resolved, to which again I get this email. "I have reached out to our fraud team for an update. As soon as I hear fro I am them, I will be sure to update you. Thank you for your continued patience." Now, had this been a situation where this was my only account and I needed the money for rent or bills or anything like that, I would have been screwed. This unfortunately is a huge problem and is the reason why I'm planning to remove all of my money from the platform as soon as this restriction is lifted. I usually tend to be pretty easygoing with stuff like this, and I don't even mind if my money is locked up for a few weeks or even a month or two at a time. But now 2 months and no indication of what's going on at all, I've just had enough. So that's why I'm canceling it. It really sucks. This was just the final straw, and keeping this going for 2 months now is just too much to ignore. So those are my thoughts on those two topics.
I'll let you guys be the judge on whether or not you feel comfortable with Robinhood and their gold passive income investing opportunity to earn income, start earning passive income on uninvested cash, and it's FDIC insured up to $1.5 million, stating that you have the ability to withdraw. Let's see how they phrase it here. Stating that you have the ability to invest, spend, or withdraw, always having access to your money. And yet this is another example of the risks associated with the exchanges. However, how is Robinhood able to pull off a $1.5 million FDIC insurance amount? Well, we can see through some clever wording that they are leveraging the fact that they have access to 6 banks. They have access to 6 banks, which gives them the ability to multiply the $250,000 or $250,000 FDIC insurance limit 6 times to the grand total of $1.5 million. That, folks, is what you would call clickbait. And yet this is yet another example of the risks associated with the exchanges, the virtual and online ledgers, and ones and zeros locked away behind a secure firewall stored in the cloud somewhere that you do not have access to. Which is why I prefer to maintain a high level of diversity, security, and cash flow. And with that, it includes cold storage. Link below in the description for more information. And this is very important right now because Coinbase announces very bad news, and that the cryptocurrency exchange says it's received a warning from the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, suggesting a possible enforcement action. And it says here that on March 22, Coinbase received a Wells notice from the staff of the Securities and Exchange Commission stating that the staff has advised the company that it made a preliminary determination to recommend that the SEC file an enforcement action against the company alleging violations of the federal securities law, and the company said in a regulatory filing. It added that based on discussions with the staff, the company believes these potential enforcement actions would relate to aspects of the company's spot market staking service Coinbase Earn, Coinbase Prime, and Coinbase Wallet. For months, the SEC has indicated that excluding Bitcoin, most cryptocurrencies and crypto-related products are securities, which would give the regulator a lot of power over the industry. A security is, according to the agency, an investment of money in a common enterprise with a reasonable expectation of profit derived from the efforts of others. The SEC wants to refer to a Supreme Court judgment of 1946, the Howey test, that sets out what is an investment contract and would therefore be subject to U.S. securities laws. An investment contract exists if there is an investment of money with expectations of profits. Tokens or coins until now have not been considered securities. This means that they escape strict regulatory supervision and are not subject to the same rules of financial transparency and disclosure as, for example, shares in a company would be. The listing process for tokens is also less strict than that for securities. So, what is at stake? Well, In addition to coins, the SEC is also targeting staking, which is a way in which investors lock up or stake their crypto tokens with a blockchain validator. The goal is to be rewarded with the new coins when their staked crypto tokens become part of the process for validating data on the blockchain. The reason your crypto earns rewards while staking is because the blockchain puts it to work, explains Coinbase. The fall in cryptocurrency prices last year and the resulting drop in trading volumes caused many crypto exchanges to rely more and more on staking services as a source of revenues. But the SEC is determined, folks. Last month, the regulator took an enforcement action against the Kraken exchange over its staking service, and the SEC alleged that Kraken's staking service was an illegal sale of securities. Kraken settled the case without admitting or denying wrongdoing and paid a $30 million fine and was forced to shut down the service. But perhaps this is all a part of their master plan to wipe out cash, roll out CBDC, and enforce further controls. And we can see here from this Investopedia blog post published just 2 days ago exactly why governments seek to eliminate cash, because it says it clearly right here in black and white that cash can play a role in criminal activities such as money laundering and allow for tax evasion. Digital transactions or electronic money create an audit trail for law enforcement and financial institutions and can aid governments in economic policy making. Transactions using digital money reduce costs and create transparency in an individual's spending and savings habits. Are you worried yet? You should be. And there's much more to this, folks. I'm not going to cover it all in this video because we would be here for quite some time, but I am working on putting this together in a full examination and evaluation with my opinions and strategies. I will be uploading my full review of this along with lots of other valuable information associated with it and how to plan, prepare, and protect, methods of diversity, security, and cash flow, and so much more for any and everyone interested. Check the links in the description. Until next time, folks, you all take care, be safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next one.